Good evening, Northern Colorado. This is Whiskey Zero, Delta Delta Zulu. My name is Dave, and I am in Greeley. I will be net control for tonight's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net. The purpose of this net is to provide a forum for announcements for amateur radio-related events, meeting time on air to encourage social interaction between club members, and to provide a point of contact for club executive board members. This net may be interrupted at any time for emergency or priority traffic. If you need to use the system for an emergency during the net, please say break and give your call sign. We will acknowledge you and suspend the net until you advise you are clear. Is there any emergency or priority traffic before we begin the net? All licensed amateur radio operators with 70 centimeter privileges are encouraged to check into this net. Club membership is encouraged but not required for participation. This net will begin as a directed net and shift into an open net. There will be an opportunity for stations with equipment to sell to announce their items. Check-ins are requested for purposes of counting participation with no checkout required. Once all stations are checked in, Net Control asks the club executive board members if they have any announcements, and we will then call for announcements from other operators. Please be courteous once the formal portion of the net is over and allow for a break for other stations to be a part of the conversation. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly using the ITU phonetic alphabet. We've had 16 early check-ins. I'll start by taking check-ins from club board members. Club board members who have not checked in, please check in now.
Good evening to the net. Kilo 8 Golf Echo Echo, Jerry and Fort Collins, no traffic.
Good evening, Dave. November 0, Echo Mike Papa, member at large, Greg, Fort Collins, with Kilo 0, Delta Bravo Echo, no traffic.
Good evening, Greg, Debbie, and Jerry. Any other board members who would like to check in, please call. We will now move on to club members. Club members who have not checked in, please call.
This is Kilo 9er Bravo Golf Uniform, Taryn Mobile.
Kilo Golf 6 Uniform Delta Tango Ed and Bertha with traffic.
Kilo 0 Papa Romeo Bravo, Phil in Loveland, along with Kilo 0 Lima Alpha Oscar, Luann.
Good evening, Taryn, Ed, Phil, and Luann. Any other members who'd like to check in who have not checked in already, please call. Hearing none, we'll now move on to all stations. Any station who has not checked in, who would like to check in for tonight's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net, please call.
This is November 0, Whiskey India, Quebec, Curry in Loveland.
Kilo Echo 0, Romeo Papa Bravo, Brandon, Berthoud.
Good evening, Carrie and Brandon. Any other check-ins for tonight's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net, please call.
K1
be out in the field with the HT hooked up to the Diamond X50.
Good evening, Michael. Any other check-ins for tonight's net, please call. Hearing none, we will now move on to net business. And Jerry, you said no traffic, correct?
That is correct, Dave. Kilo 8 Golf Echo Echo, no traffic.
Perfect. I just thought I would check with you one more time, and I will check with Greg one more time. I think you said no traffic also. Is that correct, Greg?
That's correct. No traffic and 0 EMP.
Thank you very much, sir. I have one thing for the net tonight to let you guys know that this Saturday is our General Club meeting. The General Club meeting will be at the Golden Corral at 1360 Sculptor Drive in Loveland. That meeting, we start for breakfast around 8 a.m. The meeting starts at 9. And then after the meeting this week or this month, W2MIC Mark will be presenting his findings on the solar, which should be a very, very interesting presentation. So join us for the club meeting if you can. And we will now move on to Ed. You had an announcement. Please go ahead.
Yes. Next Wednesday at 8 o'clock, the Ham Club at Berthoud High will be launching a weather balloon. We're launching it from the 50-yard line on the school football field. I do have the frequency. It's 403.5, and it's wide FM.
Very good, Ed. I was just copying down that frequency. The Berthoud High School's doing that balloon launch. I've actually been wanting to hear about that, so I appreciate that announcement. Any other stations with announcements for tonight's net or questions for the for Ed? Please call.
KD0 KZB, this is Jack, and I'm just checking in.
That was Kilo Delta 0 Kilo Zulu Bravo, is that correct?
Affirmative.
Very good. Thank you for checking in, Jack, and welcome. Hearing no announcements, we will now move on to the gear swap portion of the net. Are there any stations with equipment to sell or stations looking for a piece of equipment?
By the way, this is KD0 KZB, and I have a few GM300s. They're UHF programmable. I don't know if anybody's got any interest. They're not narrow bandable, so I can't use them on commercial anymore.
What are they?
GM300 Motorola's. They work fantastic. They're good radios. They're just not narrow bandable, so I can't use them on our commercial side. But on ham side, we could reprogram them.
Yeah, we've got two of them sitting here. We made a repeater out of them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I've got 3. We could make a repeater out of 2 of them easily.
Yeah, we doubled. I'll talk to you after net. Just give me a jingle. Kilo Charlie 0 Quebec Oscar Kilo.
Very good. Yeah, so Jack, call on Marty after the net. Any other stations with gear they'd like to sell, or any stations with gear that they can't live without, please give a call. Hearing none, does any station have any special topics they would like to discuss with the net, or questions for anybody on the net at this time?
KG6 UDT for you, Dave.
Yeah, go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, I think they want to video that launch, so we're going to be out there at 7 in the morning setting up. So if you can talk to probably Terry about it, and then, let me know.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of taking some notes down, is because we were actually trying to talk to Jay about getting out there and filming that. That's definitely something we're very interested in. I do have to get my daughter to school right around 7, but I could come probably right after that, which would put me there probably around 7:30, 7:45, but we will work out the details after the net.
Okay.
Thank you, Ed. Any other questions for anyone on the net, or anybody have any topics they'd like to discuss, please call now.
KD0KZB here. Can you give us some insight to what solar you guys are working on?
Let's see. Mark, are you still out there? Whiskey 2, Mike India Charlie.
W2MIC, portable solar for HF boondocking.
Oh, very good. Do you have the equipment?
Yes, there will be lots of slides and a fair amount of show and tell.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, it's definitely a presentation I am looking forward to. I know there's been lots of chatter as Mark has been doing his research, so I'm excited for sure. Any other questions for tonight's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net, please call. Hearing none, this is Whiskey 0 Delta Delta Zulu for the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. Are there any late check-ins, comments, questions, or other discussion before we close the net this evening? This concludes the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net. Net Control would like to thank each station for their participation. This net will occur again next Wednesday at the same time on this repeater. The repeater is now open for general use. This is Whiskey 0 Delta Delta Zulu. This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.